Today I'm going to talk a bit about deal scoring using Demodesk. A lot of B2B sales teams use sales frameworks or methodologies like MEDDIC, MEDPIC, SPICED, and other variations to understand if a deal is healthy or not. Now with Demodesk, we can do a few things to understand if a salesperson did a good job. We're using the AI coach for this to analyze, are they following a framework like MEDDIC? Are they asking the right questions? But no matter how good of a job a salesperson does, let's say MEDDIC has been perfectly executed, the deal might still not be healthy. What means healthy? They don't show strong metrics. The salesperson asked about next steps or the paper process, but there are clear warning flags and risks that should be flagged that the deal is not healthy and has a low likelihood to close. So those are two different things: rep performance and deal health, which is the more important one when it comes to forecasting. Now with Demodesk, we can do both things. What we see here is a MEDDIC scoring. First of all, we'll have a likelihood to close, which depends on different set of criteria. We also get a good overview of what are the next steps within this deal. Is there an economic buyer already identified? Paper process, has it been discussed, and what were the answers, and so on. So based on all of this MEDDIC criteria, we're giving a score to this deal. And that is something that customers can also customize, because we all know in B2B, MEDDIC can be one thing at one company and another one somewhere else. Especially metrics might be calculated in a completely different way. So we can customize these frameworks and the likelihood to close calculator. We'll identify blockers. So if I, as a manager, would go into this meeting and I want to understand what's the case, or have this data pushed to HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive, etc., I will get it there. I can immediately see what are drivers to make the likelihood higher and what are still blockers that haven't been covered. Now, as an AE, I will also get a scorecard that will help me understand how can I push this deal further. MEDDIC is often used in more enterprise type of deals. So I also want to have a way to understand what are next steps to get there, a closing plan. Because most likely I won't close a deal just within one demo. I have the manager perspective. I understand how healthy the deal is. Same for the account executive or salesperson. I understand what are things that I can do to drive a higher likelihood? What are blockers that as a manager I should be aware of? And I can push all of this data into your CRM system so you don't have to outsource forecasting out of the tools that you use most. If you have more questions about this, we'll also have an article and case study about it, but also always feel free to book a sales call consultation with us, and we're happy to help.